Welcome. I'm your host, Zach. This is my lovely guest, Sarah Howell, my wife, the best wife in the world, by the way. Definitely not biased at all. She has graced me with her presence today.
Yes.
And has offered to do this podcast with me. Now, it's been we've had a few of them. Had a few goes at it.
Yeah.
And this is it, though. We're making this it.
Okay.
Today.
We had some kinks to iron out.
Yeah.
Or he had some kinks to iron out.
Let's be honest.
I was the hot iron, and he was the wrinkled
wearing
cloth. No, I was wearing you down. You were the wrinkled cloth, and I was ironing out all of the things for you. This should go very smoothly, thanks to me.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, we're here today to talk about faith. But first, I want to talk about how. Would you like to talk about how we met?
No, I want to hear your telling of it.
My telling of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a long time ago.
Not even 2 years ago.
Started dating 2 years ago.
We did. It was over 2 years ago that we met.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, that is a long time ago.
I was correct. Mark that in the books.
It's on video. So.
It's on video. Can't deny it. Later on, she's going to be like, pause it, delete it all.
Delete it. We need to start again.
Can't have that. Everything else was good, but can't have that part.
No.
No, we met at church, actually, the Freedom Church, where we attend, and I was serving that day.
No. Sorry. Never mind. I want to hear your telling of it, and then my telling of it.
Okay. Wait, no. That's right. We
I
had met
was
before
right.
that. You were right. Okay. Tally mark on your side. There's going to be like a channel tally mark of who's been right the most.
I'm going to write that down in one of my columns.
Comment section's going to be all over it. Sarah's got 7 now.
Yes. Team Sarah.
I love you. We actually met during the Sunday service. She was serving. I was attending. And there was a table where there was like sign-ups for small groups. And I was asking her what it was all about. Didn't bother getting a coffee or anything because I just wasn't into coffee then.
I was serving coffee. Yes.
Yes, she was serving coffee. And I asked her what the booths were about, or the sign-ups were about. And she told me it was for small groups. And she had told me about her small group that she had over there. Because she was just head over heels for me right off the bat.
Go ahead.
And, she told me about it, and I'm like, cool. Did I say I'll check it out? I don't remember.
No. You didn't say you'd check out my small group, no.
Okay. Well, I went over there, and I looked at them, and completely forgot. By the time I had talked to her, to the time I went over the table, I completely forgot what she had just told me about her small group. I'm sorry.
Well, no, because I didn't even tell you about my small group then. I just said, it's small group signups. And then later when I ran into you again, I told you that I was helping to host a small group if you were interested in signing up for that one. And then I followed up, and then you said you had not signed up for my small group. And I was like,
Yeah.
that means...
My memory is not great, as you will probably find out. But, yeah, that was when we first laid eyes on each other. And then after that, we didn't really talk a whole lot until I started serving for our facilities team, and I started cleaning chairs. And while I was cleaning chairs, she was working that day, or she decided to come in to work, and talking to me several times. Came in, made several passes through that auditorium. And over that course of the day, we talked about our kind of background a little bit and just got to know each other. And then from there, it was She actually invited me over for a bonfire.
With other people, not just you.
Other people were involved.
Yes. There was a party, and
Initially.
I invited you. I may or may not have organized the whole party just to be able to invite you over, because I wasn't going to just invite you over to my house without other people there, because
That's weird.
that would be weird.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a party. You were one of the only people that came. But, yeah. So, anyway, we don't need to go into all the details because we don't want to bore everybody. But
Right. That's how we met.
that's how we met at church.
At church. And from there, we've just blossomed into this beautiful relationship.
Mm-hmm.
A little messy, but still
life.
beautiful.
It's life.
It's actually what we're here to talk about. It's life. Right?
Messy life.
Messy life. There you go. Great segue. You might as well just host at this point.
I've tried. You did not let me. Actually, no. I've said, this is your podcast. You can do it, except for when I need to help iron out the wrinkles at the beginning.
Which are a lot.
Yes. And
There's
I
a
do
lot.
have an issue with control, and we will talk about that. So I'm trying
Find
to stay
out
out of...
soon.
Stay tuned. I have been on...
I'm so sorry.
You're trying to make sure that everybody knows we're married.
Yeah.
Let me hit mine on
I've
that.
got mine.
Actually, it's our
pretty much.
2-year anniversary today. Yeah, did we
Yeah,
talk
the
about
dating
that?
anniversary,
Dating anniversary. Yeah, we did say that.
We sure did.
You said it.
Mhm.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Anyway, yes, I'm trying to stay out of it as much as possible, but I have done several podcasts in my time, and I just have a little bit of
Seasoned.
experience, and so I'm just trying to help.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm sure they appreciate it too. Or they will.
Or they will. Ooh.
Mm.
You're going to have to cut that out.
What?
We'll make them.
Nah, we'll keep it in.
Okay.
But, yeah. So, I guess just so the audience has an idea, they'll kind of know about me more in the next podcast. And in the next solo episode, I'll kind of talk about my story. Or I may have made a video with it before this. Who knows? You know. I don't know. Yeah.
We're existing outside of time right now as far as when's
You were
this
seeing
going
the
to be
future.
posted. We don't know. Yeah, we tried to do a podcast with me before this one,
Mm-hmm.
and it did not go well.
Yeah.
And then Zach
A lot
filmed.
of wrinkles.
Yes. Zach filmed a response episode to that episode,
Yes.
which shall not be aired. But some of it might be aired. But, you
Like I
know.
said, bloopers. It might be, a video with segments in it. but-
Yeah. So we don't really know when
Or
this
they'll
one-
just become shorts. Who knows?
we just don't really know when
Don't
this
really
is
know.
going to
You
be
know.
posted.
I don't know.
So yeah. But anyway, go ahead. What were you going to ask me?
Well, I am curious, and just to start, I guess, I kind of know about your life. I've heard it in a podcast setting 3 times already. But
No, this is take 3.
this is take 3?
Mm-hmm.
No. So this is 4 then.
Go ahead. You've heard about my life.
Yes, I've heard about your life. And I'd like the audience to know a little bit about you and just where you've came from, kind of the basics, and also like how your faith has grown from there. What it has grown into, where did it start, were your parents always in the church, were they not, that kind of thing.
And I've had practice telling you this will be my 3rd time now. So I'm well rehearsed, and I will tell it
okay.
again. Yes.
Ready to go.
Once upon a time. No. So I was born in the 80s, back before all of this internet garbage. Well, I do appreciate the internet, but I do miss a simpler time where we weren't living at such a fast pace. But anyway,
it's nice to reach people, but at the same time, it can be used for not very good things.
But this is a very good internet thing.
This is a very good internet
The
thing.
Lord is using
Mark
the
it down.
internet. The Lord is using it.
We've got one.
Yes.
Now there's several out there, but I'm blessed to be one of them.
Well, so born in the 80s. I have my mom and my dad. They were married prior to having me. They are still married. I have 2 younger sisters that are both very close in age to me. We grew up in Indianapolis, and I would say we were like lower middle class at first. But my dad is a very hard worker, and my dad would be a great person to talk to sometime.
Yeah. No, I've got your family
on the list. You heard it. You guys are going to be getting the call.
Sisters too.
Oh wow, get your agents ready.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how to negotiate with his agent.
Yeah.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
my people talk to your people.
Yes. So, my dad's a very hard worker, so he was with the same company since I was really young. So he moved up, and we ended up working. He ended up working up in the company, and so we were like middle class, and then probably upper class as I got older, just as my dad grew in the company. And so, we always had groceries, always had food on the table, always had lots of toys at Christmas, and, got to do all of the things that we wanted to do when I was growing up. As far as church goes, we attended church pretty regularly, me, my mom, and my sisters. When we lived in Indianapolis, my dad would come on the holidays, and then we moved around a lot. After I was once I hit 4th grade, we started to move around a lot. So as we moved, we didn't really go to any churches. Actually, I don't remember when we stopped going to church regularly. I don't remember going to church when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade either. I think with my sister's sports and stuff, we just got really busy with life and things. That's why a lot of people fall away from the church. I feel like they just get busy.
Do you feel like growing up and moving constantly, did that hinder your kind of progress in life, or let's say your love for certain things, or even your faith? Did that hinder any of that, moving and having to get new friends and meet new people?
I wouldn't say that it necessarily, I don't know, hindered my life, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I hadn't have moved so much. It definitely was very difficult for me, especially because both of my sisters are athletic, and they were in the popular crowd in school, and I had glasses, and I just was made fun of quite a bit, more nerdy. It was more difficult for me to make friends. So, and it definitely, I didn't really grow in my faith at all during those times, because we weren't going to church or reading the Bible or anything at home. We were just kind of yeah, I believe in God. And that's really about it. So, but then when we moved to Fort Wayne, when I was in 6th grade, we started going to church again. And I'm not really sure what prompted it. That would be a good question to ask my mom. But
stay tuned.
Yeah. But I became really involved in the youth group and stuff at that time. So, and I just kind of had a better understanding at that point of God and the story of God and all of that when I started going in middle and high school. So.
In youth ministry, you had brought up, and I just can't forget the day that we saw your youth preacher, teacher,
Youth pastor.
Youth pastor. What's her name? Tammy.
Krista.
Krista. Sorry, Krista. Forgive me. I thought I had it. My bad.
Not even close, but it's.
She's probably gonna want to hear about it. Krista kind of molded you into the woman you I wouldn't necessarily say molded you into the woman you are, but kind of instilled in you belief in God and what that looks like and what the Christian faith looks like.
Yeah, and like what being a Christian woman looks like, and just like you can still be a Christian and have fun. Like, you can do fun things, and you can still hang out with friends, and
it's not just all rules
meet
and
cool
regulations
people.
and
Yeah.
you can't do this and that. And
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, yeah, she had a huge impact on me when I was growing up. Not like I had a bad mom and dad or anything,
Right.
but I didn't have a big sister, and I guess I could probably equate her to like a big sister figure for me when I was in middle school and high school.
I can see that because
Yeah.
I had met her for the first time actually when we went up to Fort Wayne, and the look on Sarah's face when we got out of the car, she looked over and saw the sign for Krista's nonprofit.
Yeah,
And that is
Kate's Cart. Mm-hmm.
That's right. And I was trying to think of Tammy is way off. Sorry, I was trying to make it right.
Oh, Tammy was her daughter's name.
Yeah,
it was not.
That's why I was thinking
It was
about
Kate.
That. Kate, still wrong.
Still wrong.
Kate's Cart. She saw that sign and she looked at me immediately and was like, "Can we go over this way real quick?"
We have to go. I have to go over here.
Because we were trying to go into this Amish market because I had. Oh man, I'm still thinking about it right now. My mouth's watering. These lemon cookies and strawberry milk. The combination of them together is so good.
I'm going to just have to take your word for it because they didn't have them when we went.
It's very devastating, by the way, when we got back over there. But it was a good interaction. I met Krista, and we had that interaction. After Sarah had told me, or after she had asked me, and I said, yeah, that's fine. She took off.
Well,
She
you
started
didn't even
just
know
darting
why
down
I was
this side.
going
I'm
over
like,
there.
What?
Okay, yeah, we
I was
can
like, yeah, we can go.
go
And then
over
she
there.
just like takes off.
I was running.
Yeah. Miles of paces in front of me, and I'm like, what is going on right now?
Well, I hadn't
She's
seen
excited
her.
about something.
I hadn't seen her in so long, and like it's just so weird how God works sometimes.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because I was like, wouldn't it be like just thinking like, wouldn't it be so crazy? Because I see her on Facebook. Wouldn't it be so crazy if I like just ran into her like, oh, I should reach out and like try to connect with her? No, like we're only here for a certain amount of time. And she's probably busy and we're going to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
But like, wouldn't it just be so weird if I just like ran into her and then God was like, hey, look over
I'll
here.
just place it in your lap.
Yeah.
It was such a awesome interaction. Like you see, Krista is really nice,
She's
and hearing about her
amazing.
ministry and what she's been doing with his nonprofit is awesome.
It's so cool to see how people can go through things that are so devastating. She lost a child.
Yeah.
And she was like just over 1 year old, maybe 2 years old, till like she had a heart defect when she was born. And so they knew her time was like very limited, and to lose a child, not only keep your faith through that, but also to like spread joy to other people in the like aftermath of that is just like incredible to me.
Yeah, when you
amazing.
I feel like if I were to lose a child, if I were to lose my child, that would devastate me more than anything. Like that would be the most, that would test my faith, I think, because it would just be hard to get through. I mean, I'd have my grieving period, but it'd be so difficult to just move on through life.
Yeah, to wrestle with that
really move on
question,
through life.
like if I love you, like to God, if I loved you and I stayed faithful to you, you gave this to me and then took it away.
Ripped it away.
That would be difficult.
Right. And the amount of faith just hearing about it and seeing her and the amount of faith that she has to have to push through that is beautiful. And it's a very good representation of faith, of having faith and still pushing through.
Gosh, Krista, you're going to be on the podcast.
Stay tuned.
You're on the list now. You've made the list.
You made the list. Congratulations. You made the list.
You made the list.
No, but that would be awesome, though, to have her on, talk about her ministry and what she's doing and how she's kind of molded into the person she is. Boom. Idea right there. Thank you.
We all saw the light bulb go on?
Yeah.
Off, on.
On. So she was a very big staple for your childhood growing up through high school, right? Middle school, high school.
Yeah.
So did she continue to be a staple through that? Like, did she continue to kind of guide you through life? Like, let's say you, after high school, you went out into life and you would like bounce things off of her. She was kind of like a mentor for you, or was it kind of just
last chapter? I moved away, and she she got married. Like when I was a senior in high school. So her life changed also because before she was single. And so she's one of those women that got married a little bit later than what was like maybe common at the times. She kind of, I don't even know how old she was, but she was probably in her early 30s when she got married. Maybe late 20s. I'm sorry, Krista, if I'm messing this up. But, like, she just seemed so much older than me when I was younger, you know? Like, and then I look back now and I'm like, she was probably pretty young at the time. Yeah. But anyway, so, like, my life changed and then her life changed. And she started a family and I went off to college.
So your separate ways, but
yeah.
She's still, that's so beautiful to hear that she planted the seed.
Yes.
She planted and watered the seed.
Yes. And I don't want to discredit my mom or anything, but like she did not have like the kind of relationship that like Krista had where she was like on fire for God and like.
But would you say like once your mom and dad kind of came to the faith, they've helped you water that seed?
Oh my gosh. Yes. 100%. Yes.
So it's grown into a beautiful oak tree. But that's what comes from mustard seed, right? An oak tree?
No.
Oh.
An acorn. It's an oak tree.
Okay.
A mustard seed is a mustard plant.
Oh boy. That makes sense. Anyway. So what did that growing look like? Like as you know, you plant your roots and you start to grow as a Christian. What did that look like for you? Getting out of high school and going into the world, very rough world. What did that look like for you? Did you go through any struggles in life, or was it more just coasting?
I mean, I would say like if we're going to compare it to a tree, that I was kind of like a baby Christian, a little baby flimsy tree.
Yeah. It's a little twig in the ground.
In high school, and then it just got stunted when I went to college. Not stunted. Well, yeah, stunted. It wasn't growing anymore. Like it just didn't grow when I went to college.
Would it be better correlated to roots? You just didn't have.
This is my analogy.
Okay.
Let me run with it. I know where I'm going.
Okay. This is you now.
So, it was just stunted. Like, and so it didn't grow or anything like that. Ooh, palm tree. I love the palm tree analogy.
Oh, yeah. She told me about this the other day.
Yes, okay.
Great.
Yes. So I was just a baby palm tree. And then it was stunted. But then as I got older and life started happening to me, my palm tree.
Your palm tree?
My palm tree.
You as a palm tree.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so And I hope I'm explaining this right for those of you that don't know. I was taught this analogy. I don't remember which church I was at. Maybe my parents' church because they live in Florida. Maybe our pastor talked about it. I don't know. But palm trees, they are made to withstand the wind. So they'll bend with the wind, the storms, but they won't break. And actually, the more that storms like beat them and like make them bend, the stronger they become. And so I would say that I was, like I said, just a baby palm tree, and
That's really
I
good.
got out of.
I see where you're going now.
You just had to let me get there. I got out of college. I mean, I had some minor storms. I actually had some kind of major storms in college, but when I got out of college and I got married, had my daughter, and tried to start going to church again. And then the devil was like, oh, actually, I'm going to put you through this, and I'm going to put you through this, and I'm going to put you through this. Some
Just
really,
to test the faith.
Yeah, really bad storms. It just really made me stronger. Joke's on him.
Psych.
Joke's on you, Satan. Just made me stronger. So yeah, does that answer your question?
You came out. You went through your struggles in life, and using the palm tree analogy, you were blown in the wind. You were taken down, but then you came back up stronger.
Yeah.
And I like the thought of being thrown in the grave, right? And then the Lord just grabbing you and taking you out of the grave.
I like that too.
So you were put in the grave and you were on your way out, and then you were just thrown back in the grave again. Kind of struggle after struggle, and then finally, Satan's like, "All right, fine. You're too resilient for me. Just go."
Just go. No, I still get. I mean, as we all are. I mean, especially the closer you get to God, the more He tests you. The more Satan tests you, because
that's very true.
He does not want that. He never gives up.
So I guess the grave analogy really isn't good. I don't know. You tell me.
What analogies? Put in the comments what analogies you use to explain your faith and your struggles and your fight.
That's good.
Anyway, you asked if I had struggles in my faith, and yes, or trials in my life. Yes, 100%. Yes.
So how have those struggles shaped you today into the woman you are today? Would you say that they've, or I guess it's more so faith. So they've strengthened your faith, but have they ever, like, the thoughts creeped up to your head and like took you down again, or you had to come back up in your faith?
My struggles have never taken me down in my faith. They've never made me question God or God's love for me. They've just made them stronger. And if anything, I look at myself and I'm like, you messed up. Like, you drifted away. You did this and drifted away, and this is the consequence of not staying close. And so, like, how can I bring myself close, like, back under His wing again, so that I'm not just out there in the woods, like, blowing around.
And it's wild, like, hearing that and, like, knowing kind of where I've came from. It's wild how we're tested, and just to see, like, how resilient we are, how resilient we are, and where we come back from it. And to think about that is, I lost my thought. Well, I guess just to give an example. So maybe I can kind of use it as a roadmap for what I'm trying to think about. So the struggle that you had gone through that I've heard the most about is drinking.
Mm-hmm.
You had an issue with drinking, and that has kind of shaped you in a way to where your thought process in that moment of like desire. And that's kind of what my question was that when you get that urge to take that drink again, when you get that urge to fall into sin again, fall into the grave, when you get pushed in the wind and you're feeling like you're flat on the ground and all you want is a drink. I'm making it known again. How do you come back from that? Like when you get blown over in the wind, what strengthens you? Do you feel like when that thought comes into your head, how do you bounce back from that?
Are you asking how I combat it and don't drink, or are you asking?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, what they call it is like playing the tape.
Long story short.
I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out what the actual question was.
How do you combat that difficult situation that's brought up? It's just a reminder.
Yeah. So I just basically, they call it playing the tape when you're in recovery. So it's like, okay, so say you take a drink. All right. Well, then what happens? Well, for me, I feel awful. I feel guilty. I feel ashamed. None of which are of God. And I don't want to feel that. So then I take another drink, which makes me feel worse. And I'm like, well, I've already had two. I may as well just throw in the towel, fall completely off the wagon, keep drinking. Then what happens? Okay, then you start crying. You start drunk texting people.
Oh boy.
Then then you're like, well, that's already out the window. My life is already ruined. Let's just set the whole dumpster on fire and watch it burn and throw your whole life away. And then you wake up and you have a lot of explaining to do. And yeah, it's playing the tape. Like, okay, it's basically like if you give a mouse a cookie. Have you heard of that book?
I haven't. Nope.
If you give a mouse a cookie, they're going to want a glass of milk. And then if they want a glass of milk, then they're going to want this. And then if they want, it's like playing the tape forward of like, okay, it's just this one little thing, but then there's like.
It never ends. You feed the want, but it just never ends.
Yeah. So then that's how I keep myself from drinking.
You just never feed the mouse the cookie.
Yeah, don't feed the mouse the cookie.
So would you say that strengthens you then? When you're able to like cut that off at the knee?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does it make it easier the next time or does it make it harder, you think?
I don't think it necessarily makes it, I don't know. It just depends on the scenario that I'm in. Like if I'm at a family gathering where a bunch of people are drinking, it might be harder than other scenarios.
There's certain scenarios that make it more difficult in the moment.
Yeah, but it always makes me feel really proud that I can get myself through that. I don't get myself through it. God gets me through it. But
would you say you're like in deep prayer the whole time? Like when that urge comes up, you just go to the Lord?
I'd love to tell you yes, but I just play the tape.
You just think about your past. In a way that is, I mean, thinking about what the Lord has done, right? What the Lord has done in your life. Mm-hmm. And why would you want to throw all that away?
Yeah.
That's good. So, I guess what does your faith look like today then? Like going through all the struggles, going through that difficult times in your life, and then leading up to today, and how you become the woman you are today. Where does your faith stand in that? Does it stand resilient and strong, or do you feel like it's weakened?
No, I mean, my faith is resilient and strong. The part that I struggle with, though, is like letting go of control, because I'm scared of not knowing, like, the outcome of things, because I want to feel safe. And to feel safe, I need to feel like I'm in control. But my faith is, if anything, my faith is strengthened, because I've seen what God has brought me out of.
What does faith look like then? Because I guess, so for me, with faith, just to give you an example, if a moment like that comes up where I need to feel like I have control, like, for example, this podcast with my notes and everything, I feel like I need to have that, or else I'm just going to forget everything that I had wrote down, and I'm just not going to be able to talk at all, and I stop trusting in the Spirit. So knowing that, that's how I have faith in God, is that He's going to take over, and the Holy Spirit will speak through me, and most of the time He does. And I don't have to have any worry, because I know that it'll turn out the way it needs to turn out. And if it doesn't, it's a learning experience, and I'll go on from there. So knowing that, what does your faith look like in that sense? Or if it doesn't look like anything in that sense, what would you say your faith is? What does it look like? Is faith for you different than it is for me? And if it is, how is it different?
That's going to affect how your voice sounds, because you're pushing on your...
Oh, okay.
You are in okay. It's going to sound very strange. Okay. I am jealous of like what happened to you sometimes, because it puts you in a spot where, and when I say what happened to you, I mean your injury at work. Okay? Because it puts you in a very scary space of the unknown. Like you have no control over what happens. Like something happened to your eye, to your body, and you have no control over what happens next. So the only thing that you can do is be like, God, I trust you. Like I have no other option but to trust you.
Yeah.
When I was in rehab for my eating disorder, so I had an exercise addiction and was anorexic, I was in that same space. And it was just like while it sucked being in that, it was a really sweet time for like me and God. Same thing when I got my second OWI, and I had to go to rehab, and I was facing jail time, and I was, all of these things were happening. And like at that point, like I didn't have control over it. It was in the legal system's hands. So like all I had was the option to rely on God. And that was just like, again, a really awesome, it sucked, but it was an awesome time for me to grow in my relationship and trust with God. Okay. Well, right now, my job is managing and controlling events. And I'm going to say managing and controlling a house, which is also you, but I try to do more because of my controlling nature. It's very hard. I miss those times sometimes. Sometimes, as bad as it sounds, I wish that just a teeny little bad thing might happen to me so that I could be put in my place again.
I was just talking about Josh about this the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
I just want like just a teeny tiny, like I'm sweating thinking about it. Like I don't want it to happen, but like those are just such amazing times for like just you to feel close to God.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any other choice. But like right now, I am struggling with like just holding on white knuckle with both hands to like every single little thing in my life because I don't want to let go of control of it. I don't know why. Like I know that he'll see me through it. I know he will. I know the worst thing that can happen is I die, and then what? I get to go to heaven? That's pretty amazing. Like, that's like the literal worst outcome of anything that could happen to me in my life. It wouldn't even be the worst outcome. It would just be an outcome. But like, yeah. I know like nothing bad is going to happen to me, but it's just.
You know nothing bad is going to happen to you?
No. I mean, I guess that was the wrong thing to say. I know God's got me. And the comment section's probably going to just be going crazy over all of the things I just said. Like, oh, you really wish something bad would happen to you? Or, you know, the worst thing that could happen is you could lose your child. Or, like, you know.
There's a lot of people in that boat. You're not the only one, because I was there. I hear all these before my faith has gotten to where it is, and before my accident, I would hear about these stories about people just having these radical changes in their faith because of something that happened to them that they feel like they couldn't get past, or that they had to put all of their trust in faith and belief in God to take care of it. And this is what I was talking to Josh about. I was like, you know, I asked for that. I didn't know what I was asking for. The Lord gave me something that I don't wish on anybody. And I don't really want to go through again, because it was awful. I was in a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, and I was in a lot of questioning. And maybe that's what it took for me, was I had to question everything. Question why I was here, why I was going through what I was going through. What's the even meaning, purpose of this? If I could have died. I could have died that day, and that would have been it for me. And it's like, what? That opened my eyes. It's like, okay,
open your eyes.
Open my eyes.
Anytime you make an eye reference to your injury,
I tend to do that, but it's like
to.
It correlates so well to what the Bible talks about and faith. But ever since that day, I'm like, I could have died. Okay, now, maybe not really. I wasn't really thinking about that. Like, that wasn't really the driving force of me finding out why, purpose in life. But before that, I was obsessed with knowledge. I was trying to find knowledge for anything and everything possible. Of anything and everything possible to figure out God being real. His existence, Christ, was he a real person? Did he actually come, die on the cross for our sins and to save us? How could I prove that? And I was looking for knowledge in that. And it took me to be down and not necessarily hopeless, but in question. I had to question my desire of knowledge. And in that, I would continuously pray for, His will be done. I want your will, not my will. God, I know I don't know what's best. But then I continued to go back into, how can I make this happen? How can I push the kingdom in my way to find my truth that I went out and found, and proclaim that as God's work? That wasn't God's work. It was my work. I was living by my works, not God's works. So it took me to question that And then as I'm praying, it's like, okay, God, I want your will. I don't want my will. I had to clear my mind. Because in my mind, in that state, I was so after knowledge because I was working. I was working a job that required me to learn, required me to get more knowledge, and that's what I craved. So it took me getting that taken away from me to realize, okay, what actually matters. And that's when I had dove into 1 Timothy and found Paul's teaching to Timothy about not being focused on myths and endless genealogies. Endless genealogies being what? Philosophy, right? Finding out does Jesus' bloodline actually go back to David?
Would you say that's the heart of the matter, Zach?
That was the heart of the matter. It's faith. That the heart of the matter is faith. Sorry, not endless genealogies. That's not the heart of the matter. I guess the heart of the thing that doesn't matter was knowledge for me. But that was what I was after, was knowledge. Now, I wasn't able to see that. I wasn't able to see that until this accident happened. I was blind. I was blind to it. That's going to happen a lot.
Well, so. And then this is an opportunity for me, like, also to be like, something physically bad didn't happen directly to me, but like something bad happening to you inadvertently is something bad happening to me. And like your pursuit of this is a huge major life change for like both of us because, you know, your job is going to change. Our income is going to change. Like, will you be able to drive? Like, so I have to trust God too. And I'm over here like,
Another light bulb came off. So my issue was knowledge. I wasn't relying on God. I was relying on I was relying on my own understanding. And kind of putting God to the making him the forefront, but I did the work myself in the background. And also preached it in a way that it was coming from me. It wasn't of love and joy and peace. It was, what does Zach find? What does he have that nobody else has? Nobody else can explain. It wasn't, what's coming from God. It's coming from the heart of God, from his love. And that's what we're commanded to do, is love. So it took me to humble myself from wanting knowledge on my own. And it took a radical change for that. And before the radical change, I jumped right past it. But before this incident, I was so focused on, other people's stories. It's like, man, I got really jealous of other people's stories. It's like, at first I'm like, I don't really want that, but it'd be nice to have it. And then I was like, okay, Lord, could you give this to me? I want something here. Just give me something. But I wanted the little thing. I wanted something little to happen to me. I was like, I saw Jesus in a dream, and the next day the same thing came true, and I'm all fine right now, and I'm just here to tell you it today. And from that would have been nice. That would have been nice to have. But instead, I got smacked in the face by a pipe.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. So in a way, we have to be careful for what we ask for. That's what I've learned. Is that I asked for it, and the Lord gave it to me. Didn't give it to me the way I wanted. Definitely didn't give it the way I wanted it, but I got it. And I think maybe he did that for me so that way I can kind of flesh that out of what happened. And I think maybe man. Sorry. Okay. I think the reasoning behind what had happened is the drive that I feel now. is why did it happen to me? How did it happen to me? How can I relay that to other people? Because that's the heart of it. And I want to get to the heart of it, of why it matters. Why does it matter that it happened to me? I could put it to the wayside, you know? Just be like, oh, it's just chance. Could have happened to anybody, but it happened to me. Just rolled the wrong dice. No, there was a reason behind it. Because I feel a drive now that I haven't felt at all. And I've prayed through it the whole way. So, what's the heart of the matter? I'd say it's just finding the thing that we... I'll be honest as a guest, I'm talking this whole time.
No, it's good.
Finding what we value most or what we struggle with the most, and what is it going to take to give that up to the Lord? And in that, we have to learn to trust God, which is very difficult because we don't even realize it in the moment. I didn't realize in the moment. I thought getting knowledge was good because I was getting knowledge for the Lord, but it wasn't. It wasn't good. It was destructive. I was losing sight. And this...
Every time.
Oh, boy. I was losing the sight of it. Lord's playing a trick on me. But I gained it. I gained it back. I lost sight of what God wanted once for us, but I gained it back. And it's like... Not necessarily how can I replicate that, but how can I show people that, how can I pull the blinders back for other people? Or how can I plant the seed for other people? How does blinders make you laugh about that?
The blinders?
The blinders.
Really?
Yeah.
Blinders?
No, I was thinking like blinds.
No, that's not what blinders mean, babe. No. So blinders are like... Horses have blinders because when somebody's driving them, they don't want them distracted by what's in their peripheral. They want them here so that it narrows their vision.
Okay, now that I know what blinders means.
Now you know why I laughed.
Yeah. Sorry. Kicking the table. What time is it?
It's 6:49 p.m.
Okay.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Gotta pull the blinders back.
Yeah. You can have me on again sometime if you want to talk about my eating disorder, alcoholism, and control issues.
Now they're all going to know. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. It's a hook for people.
No, it's... I guess going forward, hearing that from me, what are you taking from it?
Taking from what?
What I just said about my struggle with knowledge and how that was the core of it. I didn't see it before. Does that resonate with you at all?
No, because I've never been somebody that quests for for knowledge. You used to try to be like, well, what do you think about this? Or like ask me all of these philosophical, theological questions, and I was like,
oh, sorry. Okay, not knowledge specifically, but take out knowledge and put in control.
Well, I've never thought that my need for control is something that's good. That's a quest for finding out more about God. Like you thought knowledge was the key to faith.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that control was the key to faith.
That's something you struggle with, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
The knowledge was something I was struggling with. I was just blind to it.
I'm definitely not blind to my need for control.
So do you think by you asking, if you were to ask, please allow something to happen to me, do you think it'd be control-based? Or it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to pile 3,000 things on you for the day.
Oh, my gosh.
I am going to make you crash and put you on your knees.
Put me in a stress center.
To realize I am the one you need to search for. I am the one you'd have trust.
I think he's doing that to me, though, like, for real right now.
Really?
Like, just piling so many things I don't have control over on me to make me, like, just be like, okay, like, I literally cannot control all of these. Like, I cannot even try to control all of these things. Because if I have, like, if I have a 3-ring circus, yes, I can manage that. But now I feel like I've got like a 7-ring circus, 10-ring circus, 30-ring circus. And I can't even attempt to without literally driving myself insane. Like try to manage all of those. So, there was stuff going on before your accident, then the stuff with your accident, then other stuff happening, and then other stuff happening. And so I think I probably am getting what I wished for.
So the more you don't give to God, the more he piles on.
Yes, that's what he's doing. I'm having a revelation right now. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
I am.
So if, let's say, somebody is watching and they have an issue with control, and have gone through this issue of wanting control over things, what would you say to them? Or they've gone through hardships in their life, faith has brought them through it, but they're still struggling with control. What would you say to them?
Well, that's difficult to answer because I'm still struggling with it. Like I just literally just had this realization right now that the more I'm not letting go, the more God's giving me to try to control. So I guess I would say let go, because the tighter you hold on, the more he's going to and the more he's going to give you to try to control, and you're not going to be able to do it. Like, I'm not an unhappy person, but I constantly feel tightness in my chest. That's not good.
That's not okay.
That is not of the Lord.
Rebuke that.
Yes. Get the paddles, because, like, my chest feels so tight. I constantly feel just, like, so burdened and so stressed out. And Jesus was sent here to set you free, so live free. That's what I would tell him.
Bam.
Live
Beautiful.
free. Josh said that at pre-service prayer or something. Josh is our worship pastor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you'll probably see him on a future episode.
Yeah, like, so, yeah. I loved that. I was like, okay, but how?
How do I do that?
Josh, wait, how do I do it?
I need a detailed orientation of what I need to do.
And he'd be like, it's all right here. And he'd hold up his Bible. And I'd be like, wow, Josh, you're so smart.
I wonder if the Bible talks about control.
I'm sure it does.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, like, it tells you not to be anxious about anything. Control, like, anxiety and control, needing to have control, is a lack of faith. You are not having faith in God and God's plan.
Because you can't release it.
Yeah. Like, you're not trusting in God.
Wow. We're both having a level of revelation right now. Revelation's going around everywhere. Here's one for you, one for you.
Everybody gets a revelation.
Everybody gets a revelation. Light bulbs for everybody. No, this was awesome. I've loved this episode.
Very good. I'm glad that we
forward
got
to
it
it.
on like take 3 or 4.
Yeah. This was the one.
This is the keeper. If you're on the show, don't worry. You'll get it in one take. We're married, so.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on and talking with me.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. All right. We'll see you guys.
Bye.
That was awesome.